area. The Leicestershire Regiment. Yeah. Yes. They hand those that wielded these weapons. Ah, yes. Oh, there's a Afghan musket, yeah. 1839, yeah. See, yeah, it's possible that it's the actual one. Yeah. If it's not a replica, but it could be the actual one. I mean, although they were rudimentary weapons, but it was a high technology of its era. I mean, these shields, yeah, I mean, that was considered to be the top, frontline, safety weapon for soldiers that use them. Yeah, it's just the Afghan campaign, yeah. Basically, these people, they saw a people of different culture and, outlook, and they just, because normally the kings of those rich kings, princes, emperors, they would enormous power, and when those powers sort of lessened or weakened, other powers came elsewhere. They didn't know how to resist or well, of course they knew there was a lot of people who wouldn't want them to resist because if you're a paddy farmer in the middle of India somewhere, the last thing you're going to do is ask your king or your prince or the lord, the maharajas, question them, what are they up to, mate? Just like, it's not going to happen, is it? It takes decades, centuries before people, they understand, what they need to do in order to emancipate themselves or get rid of these, kingly regimes, if you like, from far and wide. They only for themselves, basically. They keep the society and country poor. Those palaces and estates and money and gold and many, many harems, one man or whatever. The whole country was geared for some kind of sexual fiend, sort of kind of people, right? If I'm king, then I can have any woman I like, my, like it or lump it. So those sort of outlooks, of course, the country is going to. These are the people, famous people, all these people of that time, right? They served the British Empire. Yeah, my friend. These are long gone time, right? But we are here now, 2023, and I've been listening about it. It's Monday, bank holiday, it's the coronation weekend. So it's a special bank holiday today. As the coronation was on Saturday, the Charles III. Yeah, I've got a few things to do right now. I've got a few jobs that I have to start this week, actually. I'm doing Uber cycling, and I've got a security guard job. I have to really tend to finish the application properly because really during COVID there was a lot of gaps, and we started working on this week. I've got my, I'm on board on Uber, but the thing is, I didn't think it would be that quick, you see. I ordered my bag a few days after, and on the third or fourth day, I became on board for 4 or 5 days right now. I thought, well, if it's going to be 3 weeks or so, then why not wait a week and then order, right, to see if everything's okay. And I don't doubt for a moment that it won't be okay because I've just got my SIA badge. It's just a matter of doing the DBS check, right? They sit no, So I've got the DBS, I've got a SIA badge on the 12th of April now, yes, and today is what, the 8th of May? So it's not even a month, right? But the thing is, my experience of applying for jobs. I mean, I would have come to this museum now, because it started raining, you see, here. But of course, during COVID, I got used to going outdoor and walking and things like that, So I'm just going to have to make sure that, when I go to work, I go to work. And when I come home, I've got to give my body rest, It's abusing body, waking up midday, breakfast, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that kind of lifestyle, right? It's not going to fly any longer, for anybody. So we have to just have a routine, right? And the thing is about Uber, it's just a lifestyle, right? You can work anywhere in the world, literally. I was so happy, right? I mean, I got on board on Friday, and today is Monday. Now you might say, well, didn't you want to work that very night? Yes, but I didn't order the bag. Although you can go to work, there's no requirement for you to have a bag. But of course, when you take your customer your first food order, and if it's cold and and just take it on, I don't know, a rucksack or something, or a carrier bag, okay, but it's invariably the food is going to be cold, so the customer won't like it, and of course they will put a bad review. So you don't want to start in a very negative way. You want good reviews, and for you to do good reviews, you got to be on the hop, right? You pick up your food and you're on your way, and there's no, and I ordered, I bought myself a boat a few weeks ago now. It's actually I bought it for security, but it's a good boat, I got it from one of them outdoor stores, right? So it's an expensive boat right now. It's super quality right now, so if you're going to do a lot of walking, right, you can't just take any shoes, because it's just going to wear off, So I'm going to wear that right now, and in the beginning, I'm just going to take my, I'm going to start work later this week now. As soon as I'll get my bag, hopefully either tomorrow or Wednesday, hopefully, that's what I said. It will be 2 to 3 working days, and I ordered it on, I think Friday. I ordered the same day, actually, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not really. I've got everything I need, right? I'm just going to go to. I live in the city centre, and that's why I came to this room, which is Leicestershire, But what I'm going to do, I've spoken to a few people, right, and about who are into this sort of thing, and they told me to start in a small town, because Leicester, although it's not that big right now, but there's so many cities and there's so many eateries and so many fast food outlets right now, that you might get, sort of completely overwhelmed, and you want to do it in a proper way. You get your customer confidence in you, and you get your confidence, in yourself. So I've done one at a time, and the next month. So I'm going to do that for a few days, in Wixton, It's about 3.5 miles from where I live right now, I just take a bus right now, the bus stop is just across the road to where I live, so just take a bus there, because I know what will happen is, you're going to go to the Leicester Centre, and you're going to get lots of orders, and, you want to make sure that you do one, and then on your way back, from the one you delivered, if you get another one just by nearby shop, then you can do another one, and there won't be so much traffic and all that. Just getting used to it. Just try to be, very good customer service to begin with. Just get the habit of doing it properly, right? And then you'll find that just job like any job, like if you're a lawyer or you're a surgeon, this is what you do, and there is no ifs and buts about it, right? So, rather like this lady here, the Crimean War, I think her name is Nightingale, she's become famous nurse, So if you're going to do, Florence Nightingale, isn't it? Yes. Florence Nightingale. So if you're going to do what you're going to do, right? Just do it yourself properly and make sure that everything is okay. So I've done taxi BQ back in the day in London. I've done security before. I've done loads of type of work. I've done office work. I've done factory work. I've done sales work. I've done, call center work. I've done restaurant jobs, hotel jobs, and God knows if I list more of them, I'll be here all day right now. Yeah? So, but none of these jobs they offer that type of flexibility. I'm afraid, yeah. Um, you know, rather like Britain, America wanted to become America, and Britain didn't want them to go. So no, there's no flexibility. You're crown subject, mate. So I can't help it. Just like when I see a historical portrayal, you just have to put a joke. Yeah. It doesn't offend anybody. How that's up, I don't offend anybody, and I know I don't right now. Yeah. So, there's another empire as well. So I'm just want to make sure that this is that I've done fast-paced sales. I'm afraid sales is something. It takes the really. I wouldn't recommend selling, but it's the best out of you, and after you you burn out. Really. It's just so much. Double glazing and all that, and other sales I've done right. Just taking the job as you find it. I find out that if you wait until the perfect job, perfect job never arrives. So what you're going to have to do, just going to be the job comes along, but then it has its consequences. You have no career structure, nothing. You can't rely on these jobs. Weapons of mass distraction, look, it's all, it's just, I'm sort of pro-life, I'm afraid, so when I see these things, like, I know what it does is, it's obvious, it destroys lives, it doesn't care for life, it doesn't care the person who's wielding the weapon or a person who's in the receiving end of this weapon right now, so really, it's just something, life, it just, it's the paramount, concern is, okay. Well, at least for me, it's a kind of concern right now, so I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to have to buy a jacket as well, a UB jacket, but let me get paid first, and the good thing about this job is you can cash in, the same day. It makes me happy right now because you can just log on, log off. You can go anywhere in the world if you like. You haven't traveled for a while during COVID and a bit before that as well, right? But I'm not going to dwell into that. It's just the opportunity because traditionally it's this such. You start a job, it's just once a year kind of event. Like, you have managed to get that far, then that's it. A lot of people change job within the year several times, so they might not have the saving or anything and one thing or another, right? Oh, here's the Leicestershire Hindustan regiment, I think, they fought everywhere. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's everywhere they fought. Korea, Mariang San, I think, is also Korea as well. It sounds Korean, but I could be mistaken. Sevastopol, that's... it's just, look, and other places, Afghanistan, yes, Havana, yes, Kelat, I wonder what that is, somewhere in South Asia, it has to be, somewhere, I'm not sure, but I'll check it out on Google, you may, you had your heyday, this is your, Leicestershire is your home now, so, just going to make sure, just in the beginning, just do sufficient delivery, right, and not to get to work that you have to work all afternoon and all evening to make maximum amount of money. Just do one delivery at a time, and initially I was going to say, let's do breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I said, let's go. I'm going to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to do breakfast, right, to get the first bus right now. and then I'm going to finish about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then lunching will start thereafter, right? Then it's going to slow down in the mid-afternoon, and then late afternoon is study dinner, So you might not be able to give your best. So take the morning off, right? And then make yourself just do the lunch, and do the evenings, possibly 8 till 9 o'clock, Because what's going to happen is you're going to do a couple of orders, right? Then you're going to have a break, and then it's a small town. It's not exactly. I mean, in Leicester, there's so many eatery. Every road, every street has a back-to-back fast food outlet, I mean, there's one. I mean, only a few years ago, some roads are there with just a handful of shops. Now it's just everywhere you go there, because I haven't had a car for a couple of years right now. Well, a bit more than a couple of years now, more than a couple of years now. They're about right now. And suddenly, when you hop in a car now, you realize, oh God, my God, this street wasn't like this anymore. Only less than a year. I haven't been here for a year, and look, it's all changed, So because of technology, I've changed a lot of things, So I'm just going to make sure. So first of all, just take it easy, right? Just go there. I'm going to go there about 10:15. Have a glass of water. I'll take a bottle with me. Just relax. Make a short video. And save it. Not don't upload it. I'll upload it after I finish the day. I'm not going to take any video while I'm working right now. Not yet anyway. I'm not going to become a vlogger for this job. Just not right now. I might do small video snippets of video here and there. Just to serve my presence on social media that I'm doing something like that. There's nothing more at the moment, But of course, that could change, because I need more equipment. I need to get a motorcycle or a moped, and that costs money, So, so I'm just going to make sure, things are just okay, and just don't get worked out about. And because I remember when I first did taxi work way back in the day in London, in the 90s, right now, and I was so worked out, and for half a day there was no job. And I said, I am not having this. No, I didn't spend all this time and effort and, of course, money, just sew it here and suit it and boot it. You see, when you're self-employed, there is no contract between you and the taxi firm. So you just wait outside. You pay them the weekly fees, rent, I think, but then you have not much money. So, it's complicated things, and of course I was a bit inexperienced then, right? I didn't realize what self-employment meant, but after that, I did other jobs, right? I did taxi for a year, and I had enough of it, because every month, there's constantly money issue. Working night and day just to make money, just like a virtual machine, The more I earn, the more it's just like endless, So I said, no, I didn't do my due diligence, my planning. You could have backup money and all that. You could have, and so anyway, so that was you can't really. You need to have your highs. You can't be constantly suffering. You got to be enjoying as well, and you got to be making things happen, not just pitfalls everywhere you go, right? Just one after another. So I said, well, so let's do something different. So now, after all these years, right, this technology, at that time, we had satellite navigation. I had one as well, but that was there. 25 years ago now. So those was like the excellent equipment at the first time, rather like these weapons right now. And the satellite navigation pretty much does the same thing, but things have changed so much since then right now. Just technology. This smartphone I'm holding right now, just everything right now. So at that time, we just had you can phone call, use just make calls, and later on it was text message. Before the era of the smartphone, right now, I think mid 2000s, 2004, 5, or 6. At that time, I think the smartphone came. I think about that time, right? I'm not sure exactly what time. So now is the time, right? is to sort of take hold of stock, yeah, and I have great ambition for this job. I also applied for steward, but they're not taking anybody anymore. At the moment, they're on hold. And I try to go for, but they need insurance, so I haven't got a car at the moment. And I've got an account with Deliveroo, but it's a customer account, like you order foods, So I've sent them a message yesterday, and I said, look, how do I turn that into a cycling account to deliver food right now? I'm sure they get back to me right now, yeah. So we're going to do that. It's just a lot of these delivery people right now on bicycle. They use more than one app. They use Steward, they use Deliveroo, they would Just Eat. Oh yeah, I applied for Just as well, but Just Eat, but they're not taking anybody in Leicester at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, but if you're on waiting list, they're bound to take them right now. Of course, you do your DBS check and everything else, yeah. Yeah, so, but that will take time, So just use, if one app is a bit slow, yeah, you can use another one. You see, you got to make sure that while you're working in this environment right now, yeah, then you just need to make your money right now, yeah, and that's it, yeah. So it's all about the money, isn't it, right now, yeah. And I'm not going to get wildly excited now, and I know it's okay to be, optimistic, but I find over the years right now, yeah, it's best to achieve your goal first and then enjoy, yeah. But just be more sort of hands-on approach, yeah, because this is a fabulous lifestyle, yeah. You couldn't ask for a better lifestyle than log on, log off. I mean, I have to say this, yeah, because it is something that is a dream job. You can anywhere you can log on, log off. You can just pretty much I'm in the lift now, yeah, and yeah. So that is a dream, and I'm sure I'll come into my own.
Going up.
I'm sure my personality will shine, yeah. Yeah, okay. Because you're free, you don't have to ask permission for anything. No hassle, just do the job, come home, do
Second floor.
Do your stuff, right, yeah. Oh my God. Oh yes. Real life war, yeah, situations. So in them days, you see, you really have to go in the front. Yeah. Oh, right here we are, the West Indian Regiment, yeah, in Taranto, Italy, yeah. Yeah, so there's a Gurkha hero. Oh, yes. The Ottoman campaign, the Middle East wars, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I just want to make sure. It's just that when I got my security badge, and I thought I'm going to get a job, yeah. Yeah, but you can get a job, that's not the issue right now. I applied for numerous jobs, that are interviews and things like that. But the thing is, see, yeah, even though you have everything ready, all that, yeah, one thing hasn't changed. they have to they check your work record history, your everything, your reference, and that takes time, right now. Yeah, so you know, just and I said, look, I have to do something now, right now. Yeah, I have to be in a position of working, earn some money while I wait for security jobs. So I'm going to do two jobs, Yeah, I'm going to do security job and I'm going to do my Uber. So whatever comes on that day, it's my philosophy, right now. Whatever is out there, you do it. There's no, I mean, if I wait, then you can wait forever, right now. Nothing will happen, right now. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm just going to let me settle in with the Uber job, right? Give a week, 2 weeks, and then I'm going to reorient myself in security, just to part-time security, maybe 1 or 2 shifts a week, yeah, and then just patch it up with doing the Uber delivery, or patch it up. We are in a museum, look, yeah, that's very, very, prophetic, isn't it? Yeah. Because you get an uncertain amount of money, right there, a month, right? Just in order to make ends meet. And I haven't had a holiday in a number of years, and I've got to buy a moped, right now, yeah, and that will cost money, and so here we are, the infamous swastika. Yes, apparently this was a religious symbol in India, but that turned into something very nasty right now. Yeah. You could turn religions into very nasty things, like the Crusades and all that, which, just like endless, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I just want to make sure that I'm not, I said, what am I going to do now? Just like, and also you're going to work this during the festival season and football and rugby and Leicestershire, and then it's sort of here and work here and there, that sort of thing, right? Yeah. So while you wait for the company to go shift, either through an app or any other means. I think it'll be an app, because nowadays you need just like I've registered another app a while back, right now, yeah, and you get shipped there all the time, right now, yeah. But I'm afraid these apps and these companies that they have always get inexperienced people in, and you're trying to, like an event. I want to do a shift on tigers, right? Yeah, and it was like God, yeah. All these people, they just like, they didn't know what they were doing, just like, and I thought, God, what am I going to do now, yeah, so you just get to, like, so basically I got 3 jobs now. So I'm just going to work, work here, there, everywhere, yeah, and just like, not be reliant on one job until I sort myself out, yeah. Because one thing after another happened during COVID, and before COVID, I was unwell, yeah, let's put it this way, for a while, and so, but then I recovered, and then the COVID happened, and everything else, yeah. So more than 3 years now, right now, yeah. It's just like, 3 years or thereabout, all this inactivity right now. So finally now, yeah. So what I'm going to do is just work like one shift here, one shift there. You do Uber morning, afternoon, evening, or if it's if it's raining, then just do security, yeah. It's money at the end of the day, right? So yeah. So I'm going to go back to the lift, I think, yeah. And although I can take the stairs, but this is the trenches in the First World War. Look, yeah, it's been horrendous for people. The humor, right? Oh yes, there's a biggie. Is there? Look, yeah. Destroyers of lives. There's more of them. Oh yes. come inside the lift now.
Going down. Ground floor.
Ha, massive frying pan, yes. Yes. Yeah.
The building was started in 1898. Did you know the company was founded by the stepbrothers in 1855 and still exists as of 2010 with the headquarters at Glory Road, Belfast. Heritage House, the offices of the Alliance and Leicester from 2000 to 2009. Location, South Basin Castle Street. The front of the building was a factory built in 1901. The building in Castle Street was the factory of SD Stratton and Sons Limited. Type business. Hosier factory doors. Did you know the building was French shutters and estate?
The typewriter, yes.